The topic he has chosen, why do I trust Paul? Now, I can make myself entirely vulnerable and I can tell you, for instance, I can provide a case, you can scrutinize me on my case. How does that work? How does that sound?
You give your response, I'll interrogate your response.
Sure. You see, he is quite happy in being a mouse. That is quite happy with, but that's fine.
So your first point was that Paul spoke to Jesus after his resurrection. My original question is, why do you trust Paul? You only know about Paul's experience on the road to Damascus because he said so. So it doesn't answer the question as to why you trust him. Because first you have to validate the trust before listening to the words he says. So your point one is moot.
Sure.
Point number two, the idea...
I thought you were cross-examining me. If you don't panic right now, and rather... Look at him. What was his point? La. Look at him. As he was exposed, is the only rebuttal so far is that I depend on only Paul's testimony. What he doesn't know is Paul's experience is also recorded in a book called the Book of Acts of the Apostles, which was not written by Paul, but by a person called Luke, who was a physician in the apostolic circles. And so clearly this is a clueless man who made one point and he failed in the one point he made and ran away. Hashem, please come here, Hashem. Don't be ashamed, Hashem. Please come. I know shame is in your name, but please don't run away. Hashem has run away. Hamza, hey Hamza, please come here. Don't be terrified already. Please walk forward. Come. Hamza. Look. Come. Don't be angry, Hamza. Please come. Okay, maybe. Hamza. Hamza is tired. He is tired, so we'll go to Hamza. So Hamza. Yeah, please.
His resurrection.
So Hamza is trying his best. He needs to salvage his image, so he's trying his best to be nice. Look at him. He even almost smiled when the mug was on him. So, Hamza, please, can we have a simple discussion?
This guy here.
Simple discussion on whether Jesus or Muhammad is better attested to in history. Can we have a simple discussion?
No.
Why not?
I don't speak to Christians about Islam.
You can't speak to Christians about Islam.
I don't speak to Christians about Islam.
Why not?
Because you don't even understand your own religion.
So you come to Speaker's Corner, you don't speak to Christians about Islam?
No, I come to speak to Christians about Christianity. Would you like to defend Christianity?
If you had paid careful attention, I said both.
No, I don't want to
Jesus and Muhammad,
No, I don't do that.
whose historicity, why not?
I'll say it again to you. I don't give dawah to Christians because you don't understand your own religion. When you understand your own religion and your own books and demonstrate it, then you can ask me questions.
I completely understand you are entirely arrogant. Even though you are utterly clueless, I completely understand.
Say again?
Even though you are utterly clueless, you come across
clueless.
You are clueless.
Okay. Which part of what I said didn't you understand?
It's not a matter of whether I understand.
Which part of what I said did you not understand?
Hamza,
No, which part?
what did JC say to you? Be nice.
Which part of what I said
And
did
you
you not
almost.
understand?
What I don't understand is Hamza comes to Speaker's
Okay,
Corner.
understand one thing.
I
I'll
haven't
make it easy for you.
You asked me a question.
I'll make it easy for you.
I haven't finished
I'll make
the
it
answer.
easy for you. I don't care what you think about Islam.
That's interesting. But if I could speak to you very simply,
Are you still talking to me about Islam? Because I don't care what you think.
if you hear, you might
Do you have
understand.
mental issues?
The one who
You know what
prevents
sign of
you.
madness is, don't you? When you keep repeating the same thing, expecting different results.
Are you looking at a mirror right now?
I'm looking at you.
Am I that shiny or what?
No, I'm
He
looking at
almost
you.
is commenting about himself, looking at
I'm
me.
looking at you.
Okay,
I'm
Hamza.
looking at you.
Look at the Muslims here. Look at them. Can you see one of the worst cases of
Let me tell you
mental?
something.
Don't,
Don't
please.
point at me
You
again.
tell me something
Don't
later.
point at me.
No, thank you. That's
But don't point at
Oh,
me.
sure.
Don't
Sure.
point at me.
Sure.
Don't point at me.
Look at this lunatic here. Look at this lunatic here. Don't point at me. Is that Sharia or what? Don't point at me. What is that?
Ruining the shop. Come outside my way.
Sure.
Listen, you laugh because you got your little
Thank
fogies
you.
with you, yeah?
Sure. Thank
Yeah?
you. If you
Is that
don't,
right?
please. Thank you much.
Is that right?
Hamza,
No,
you see,
point at me.
you see the ailments that are happening at Speaker's Corner. So, Hamza, Christians and Muslims would eagerly be willing and waiting to hear this very interesting conversation.
listen.
this very interesting conversation. And the conversation, can you see all these Muslims? Can you see all the Muslims? The one who was mentally ill, who came close by, who was to be restrained, and many others, all of them would benefit from a meaningful conversation. So that is why I'm going to request you, Hamza. Many of them think that you do dawah. Many of them think that you are able to defend Islam and you are able to spread Islam in the UK. And as you might know, for Islam to spread in the UK, clearly you have to speak to Christians. This is a no-brainer. If you have been cheating others that without speaking to Christians, you're going to spread dawah in the UK, clearly they wouldn't have given into the delusion. That is where, please wake up. You have to speak to Christians, and I am here. I'm making this very easy for you.
Part of do you not understand?
The part that I don't understand is why would Hamza, I'm clarifying. The part that I don't understand is why would Hamza come to Speaker's Corner? Why would Hamza go around the world to say that he is one of the Dawah mafia, yet he is unable to defend Islam at Speaker's Corner? Why would that happen is the part I don't understand.
So is the question, why do I come to Speaker's Corner?
No. Why do you not defend Islam at Speaker's Corner?
Okay, like I said to you, I don't give dawah to Christians because you don't know your own religions and you can't defend your own religion. If you show me you're capable of doing that, then maybe I'll let you ask me questions about
Is that what Muhammad did?
That's what I'm doing.
I know this is what you're doing, and I'd like to let you know, if you're a Sunni Muslim, you better focus
I
more.
don't care what you think.
Please listen
I don't
carefully.
care what you think. I don't care about your opinion.
Unfortunately for
I don't
you,
care, mate.
sure.
I don't care, mate.
Unfortunately,
I don't care, mate.
sure.
I don't care, mate.
Hamza, don't
I don't
panic.
care, mate.
Sure.
I don't care.
Sure.
I don't care what you got to say.
If you want to follow,
Would you like to defend Christianity?
both.
Really?
Look,
You don't
let's
want to
start.
defend
Oh, you want to?
Christianity?
Okay, Hamza, that's fine. Let's listen carefully.
You're a pussy.
Hamza
Don't talk.
doesn't have enough courage to defend Islam. He gives a different explanation for why he would not defend Islam, and he wants to focus only on Christianity. What is the topic you would like to engage on in relation to Christianity?
Why do you trust Paul?
Why do I trust Paul? Is that your final question?
Yeah.
Is that the entire topic?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if that's fine, because he doesn't have courage. Yeah. Because he does not. Because Hamza does not have the courage to defend Islam, whereas I, as a Christian, have the great courage that belongs to lions who live in dens, as opposed to Hamza. I don't know where he lives. I have the courage to defend Christianity. I am willing to play by his topic, rules. No problem. Because I am brave. Because I am a lion, I can get into your territory and demolish you. And perhaps later on, you might cry too much when your dawah funds are gone. And then you might want to really work to defend Islam. Okay. So the topic at hand, my dear friends, is Paul trustworthy? Or why do I trust Paul? Which is another way of saying, is Paul trustworthy?
No, why do you trust Paul?
Well, yeah, sure. Fine. How would you like the format to be? 3 minutes each, or what would you like to?
Whatever, I don't care. I'm going to smash you whichever way, whatever way you want to do it.
You don't appear like you're going to smash anything. Already, even in your chosen topic, you're stuttering. And so I would like you to first focus right now.
I don't mind.
Sure. So format, okay. So maybe you can ask, I can give you okay, let's do this. I am willing, my dear friends, I am willing to play entirely vulnerable to Hamza's terms. No problem. Why? Because I am a Christian. So the topic he has chosen, why do I trust Paul? Now, I can make myself entirely vulnerable, and I can tell you, for instance, I can provide a case, you can scrutinize me on my case. How does that work? How does that sound?
Yeah. You give your response, I'll interrogate your response.
Sure. You see, he is quite happy in being a mouse. That is quite happy with. But that's fine. Because I'm a lion. Say again.
I'm the prosecution. You're the defense.
You are the persecutor right now. Utterly clueless yet wants to ask. That's fine. Hamza, don't worry. I'm being friendly to you. Maybe in the future you'll do dawah to me. But okay, let's do it. Why do I trust Paul? Please. Excuse me. Why do I trust Paul?
Why? Tell us.
From the context and the details we know of Apostle Paul, there are multiple points which are clear. Multiple points which are clear, and I'll make 2 or 3 specific points of them. Number one, Paul was a contemporary to Jesus. To what extent was he an eyewitness to Jesus before Jesus' death, burial, resurrection? We don't know. But what we do know is that in his life, he spoke to Jesus personally after the resurrection. So point number one, a contemporary who was educated in the Jewish Torah, who knew the expectations of the Messiah, who got to know of the historical facts, at least as a witness, if not as an eyewitness. That's point number one. Point number one to you. Point number two to you is very simply, the rest of the apostles, in cross-examining Apostle Paul, were quite happy to allow Paul to be their fellow, peer apostle. They were quite happy. Apostle Peter was happy and the rest of the apostles were happy. Now Apostle Peter, the rest of the apostles, as we understand, had learnt at the feet of Jesus, metaphorically speaking. So their approval, point number two. And finally, if I could say this, point number three, the message that Apostle Paul preached is the same message in effect anyway as what Jesus himself taught. So you don't even have to actually go through what Apostle Paul spoke in detail. You can cross-verify and even go with what Jesus preached in more simplified form. You will get the same message. So 3 specific reasons to our Mr. Mouse, Hamza, and he can now scrutinize me as well as he wants. Please go ahead, Hamza.
Okay, so your first point was that Paul spoke to Jesus after his resurrection. My original question is, why do you trust Paul? You only know about Paul's experience on the road to Damascus because he said so. So it doesn't answer the question as to why you trust him, because first you have to validate the trust before listening to the words he says. So your point 1 is moot.
Sure.
Point number 2, the idea that...
I thought you were cross-examining me.
No, I'm going through your 3 points, no problem.
Yeah,
Okay.
could we do with that point by point?
Point number
Okay,
1 is
fine.
refuted. All right, okay then.
Point by point. So what is Hamza saying? Hamza is saying my first point is refuted because he says my understanding of the experience of Paul comes only from the writing of Paul. That is his objection. Now clearly, like I said earlier, he is a mouse who does not understand Islam. And now today, before on record, everyone can see, everyone can understand that Hamza doesn't know not just Islam, but even the Bible, even Christianity. Hamza, for your information, maybe you don't know this, there is such a thing called, I am here. Hamza, I'm here. Don't be afraid. You can face me, no problem. I know. I'm so.
I don't want to look at your face, mate.
Sure. I know. I can reflect you. I'm sure it's shiny, and you are feeling
Your face
dazzled
irritates
already.
me. Your face
Now,
irritates me.
I don't know if you're familiar with this book called the Book of Acts. The Book of Acts was not written by Apostle Paul.
JC, this is so low level. He's asking me, do I know about the Book of Acts?
Well, clearly,
Come on, man.
JC, don't engage. You know what he's doing? When he is exposed big time, instead of listening.
You tell me whether this is fair.
Can I? Oh, look at him.
Okay.
Look at him. Hey, whoa. Look at him.
I ask him why he trusts Paul. And his first point is because Paul says, why do you trust Paul? Don't tell me, because Paul
lovely.
says this and that happens.
To all those who are sensible, now listen carefully. His entire argument is because Paul says so. He's assuming.
Paul's a liar.
If you can.
Because Paul's a deceiver.
Excuse me.
That's why.
If you don't panic right now. If you don't, Jesse, please don't. Please, Jesse, don't.
I don't believe it.
If you don't panic right now, and rather.
Low level for me.
Look at him. What was his point?
Too low level.
La. Look at him. As he was exposed. as he was exposed, is the only rebuttal so far is that I depend on only Paul's testimony. What he doesn't know is Paul's experience is also recorded in a book called the Book of Acts of the Apostles, which was not written by Paul, but by a person called Luke, who was a physician in the apostolic circles. And so clearly this is a clueless man who made one point and he failed in the one point he made and ran away. Why does Hamza, not just for disclosure, for everyone to know, why does Hamza not speak about Islam? Because he is utterly clueless. Why do I think he is utterly clueless? Because he said he can deal with Christianity, and even in that, the one point he made was erroneous already. And he was ashamed too much that he had to gaslight and run away. Every Muslim who watches this should judge for yourself whether Hamza's channel should be called Hamza's Den or Hamza's Pen. I would much rather comment the name Hamza's Pen for his YouTube channel, because if you go check out what the pen is, you find out it's not that of a lion. It's contrary to the contrary. It's that of an animal which you might not appreciate in terms of making arguments in a courageous manner. Very simply, Islamic Dawah is failing big time at Speaker's Corner. There are only a few different kinds of people, few different kinds of engagement when it comes to Dawah. One of them is in the person here. Look at him carefully. First category of Dawah response, mental asylum. That's category number one. He's there. Look at him. And he's even laughing at this.
Going back to Paul.